こんにちは、ハリケーンフットボールです。今回の教材は、ブライトンの三笘薫に関する動画です。ブライトンは、プレミアリーグ第25節で、鎌田大地擁するクリスタルパレスとダービーを戦い、1対0で敗戦しました。三笘薫は先発フル出場し、随所に三笘らしいプレーも、ゴールに迫るプレーもいくつかはありましたが、全体としては、やはり物足りないようなパフォーマンスに感じたのではないでしょうか。ブライトンファンも、ライバルのパレスに敗戦したことはもちろん、チームとしてのパフォーマンスや、プレーのスタイルも、そもそも見ていてつまらないという不満を話しながら、三笘薫も、ヒュルツラーや、チームのプレースタイルの中で、輝けていないように見えているようです。実際にどのように話しているのか、チェックしてみましょ
う。But one thing that I think I've noticed from West Stand Up definitely is the passing. The passing is so shit. Every time a player receives the ball, it seems to me they've had it powered into them, or they've had it like drilled past to their like knee, and they're having to control it with their knee or something and bring it down. Under De Zerbi, first thing that he did in training, I'm sure the player said it in an article somewhere, was he came in and he went, right, I want us to be the best passing team ever. So all he did for training was pass. And all the players were like, we've got, I'm sure Lewis Dunn said, first few weeks we had no idea what he was doing, but there was all a plan at the end of it. It seems to me that the players aren't getting drilled in any of this stuff. You know, they're not getting drilled in like, right, just pass. Get used to it. Your midfield players, our midfielders don't really pass to each other. The amount of times Boskagli yesterday would get the ball and just play it straight out, because he's not as good. He's not drilled in passing. He's not drilled in the basics, you know. And then as well, like the crossing, it's every time it's straight to the wing, cut inside. Remember under De Zerbi, and I'm not saying De Zerbi's the answer, but I'm just remembering how he get. Mitoma is a superb player. Mitoma is probably one of the best I've ever seen play for Brighton. Under De Zerbi, if he was to cross the ball, it'd always be an early cross at the edge of the pitch, and if not, he'd take on his man and go to the byline. Now he's doing the same, cutting back, going in, because he doesn't have the confidence to do it. He's not told, this is what you're good at, do this and nothing else. It's baffling. It's like we're trying to reinvent the wheel. I don't get it. I don't get what he's trying to do with these players.
I think that's why the grace period now sort of ended for me, because it's like each week I watch it and nothing's improved. I don't see the signs that things are going to get better. And yeah, sadly, he's not. I've wanted him to work so desperately. I want him to be...
I want every Brighton manager to do well.
Of course. And
I still want him to do well. That's the thing. Like, if he turns it around for Villa and goes onwards, but it will be a little bit of a repeated pattern that he's going to be shit throughout December and January and then turn it around and go on a massive run, which will ultimately cost us Europe. And lose to our biggest rivals.
Yeah, it's the writing's on the wall, isn't it? Sadly, I think. But we say that, you never know. You never know. Like you said, Jack, if he turns it around, we're all going to be there at the end of the season, living the dream. But yeah, let's see. Like you said, it's the immediate impact now on Wednesday. 3 days until our next game.
Yeah, I will say something, because obviously, like, something's come up quite a lot that it could be worse. But what we do is we don't do anything different. We need an edge. I think the whole football club needs this. The recruitment's pretty bland now. You know, we're looking at players like, who do we bring in this summer? Max de Kuiper, just a pretty standard left back. I think he's been harshly treated by the fans, actually. A group of people decided he couldn't defend, so just say he's shit all the time.
Yeah, ran with the narrative the whole
season. Run with that narrative. But then some of the other players, we're looking at Joe Gomez. What's different about Joe Gomez compared to anyone else? Who else do we bring in the summer? Costulas, that's probably one different, but we've gone way too young on that. And we're not really doing like what we used to do, where we used to be so good at like finding the little hidden gem, the little bit of data that nobody else was proving. Now we're just bringing in physical athlete players who just don't really do anything interesting. Gomez, like, I hate slandering Gomez, because I think he worked so hard, that boy, but he doesn't do anything. There's no... every single benefit, when you list his benefits down, is about working hard, or running a lot, or just being energy, little stats. There's no flair. The algorithm seems to be completely ignoring flair. It's like the South American exodus. South Americans, when they play football, are flair. They do something you aren't expecting. Stuff that you can't quite account for with data. And we're just sort of gutting us, aren't we? of those people. Like we completely gutting any sort of flair and talent other than Matoma, and we seem to just be regressing him. We seem to be like molding him into this.
Even with Pascal, like, don't get me wrong, his chance creation is pretty good, but I still feel like we're not getting the best out of Pascal. Right?
I haven't seen a gross turn. I've seen like one.
Do you know what I mean? Get the gross turn back. This is what I mean. No, but like, yeah, all joking aside, I feel like he isn't getting the best out of the players, especially the younger players. I don't think he's nurturing them or developing them. I think, if anything, that they're getting worse. You know, even the established players, he's not getting the best out of those. It's like, so if you're not getting the best out of the established players, and you're not getting the best out of the young and up and coming players, who the hell are you getting the best out of? And the answer to me is no one right now. And so, yeah, that is the biggest worry. It's just that tactically, he's not improving. The players aren't improving.
No.
And he just doesn't seem to learn from his mistakes. And I think that's really big alarm bells are ringing, because, I wanted to give him a grace, but now I'm like, I can't
we need an edge.
Anymore.
We need something to make us different. We need something to make us, like, not play the same football as everyone else. We need someone like like a Julio, maybe not Julio in Ciso, but someone who's a bit flary and can sort of grab those. And I thought we had that in Gruder, but he's gone now.
Yeah.
You know, I think yesterday you had Jorginho wasn't working in the number 10 position. Big, sort of powerful. That's his kind of thing, that he is a bit more powerful, he can drive forward. Maybe bring on someone who's a bit techie, who's a bit like, I never thought I'd use the word techie, but bring on somebody who's a bit like, you know, he's got a bit of, when he's on the ball, he can sort of, you know, play well in the tight spaces, because Palace were digging in a bit. He brings on Matt O'Reilly, just exactly the kind of same player as Jorginho, but just not as good.
Yeah,
it didn't make any sense to me.
It is completely frustrating, yeah. And it was actually interesting. I saw a tweet from, I think just a random Premier League fan. I don't know what team he supported, but he tweeted saying, watching Brighton this season, they're extremely boring. And it's so funny, because we used to be the side that fans would say, oh, I love Brighton in the Premier League. They bring such a, great football to the league. They're actually, they might be a small club, but they play really good football. They, upset the big teams at times. And we have, to be fair, historically, we got a really good record against the top six. And I think fans appreciated our style of play. They liked the fact that we were attacking. We had a bit of, a little magic dust thing of something that we brought to games. But it's, now fans watch us and think, this is fucking a shambles. Like,
even someone like Matoma just looks really, like I said, he's just, it was so good. You'd watch Matoma get to that byline, and he would take on players. I remember that Bournemouth player kneeling down, and like he was almost praying to stop him. He doesn't do that anymore, because it seems to have been coached out of him, or he's not told to do that. It seems to be, look for the easy option. It's so safe. I think we just need to look to a manager who's just going to bring something new ideas. I think the whole club, maybe the recruitment team or whatever, just needs some new ideas. We got rid of a whole recruitment team. That's, in hindsight, what a stupid decision that was. Have the biggest spend ever, and we're just quite happy to let people like, Sam Jewell just move on to Chelsea for whatever reason, not even try to tempt them to stay, not realising that they were the bedrock of our success. The bedrock of our success was that we recruited well and brought in these extra players, and then we just bin that off, and now look at us.
次は解説です。今回は珍しい表現もいくつかありましたので、本日の解説をチェックしてみましょう。
It's like we're trying to reinvent the wheel.
Reinvent the wheel は、すでにうまくいっている方法があるのに、それを使わずに一からやり直そうとすることを表します。効率が悪く、無駄な努力だという批判の意味を含みます。ビジネスやスポーツの戦術議論でよく使われます。特に、過去に成功例がある場合に使われやすい表現です。今までのやり方を生かせば異質ないの、なぜわざわざ変えるのかという苛立ちが込められています。ネガティブな評価として使われるのが特徴です。
It's like we're trying to reinvent the wheel. It's like we're trying to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, it's the writing's on the wall, isn't it?
Writing's on the wall は結果がもう見えているという意味です。悪い結末が避けられないというニュアンスで使われます。サッカーでは監督解任が近い時によく出ます。連敗や内容の悪化など明確なサインが積み重なった状態です。まだ公式発表がなくても、誰もが薄々分かっている状況を指します。やばい空、気が漂っている時に、的確に刺さる表現です。ネガティブな意味で使われることが多いです。
Yeah, the writing's on the wall, isn't it? Yeah, the writing's on the wall, isn't it? Yeah, ran with the narrative the whole season.
Run with the narrative は決めつけのストーリーに乗っかるという意味です。誰かが作った評価をそのまま事実のように広めてしまうときに使われます。SNS やファンの議論、メディア報道でよく起きる現象です。自分で試合を見たり、データを確かめたりせずに、一度広まった見方だけを繰り返すのがポイントです。この表現には、批判や皮肉のニュアンスが含まれます。だから、発言者はその人たちを軽く見ている空気があります。サッカーでは、選手にレッテルが貼られるときによく使えます。
Yeah, ran with the narrative the whole season. Yeah, ran with the narrative the whole season.
It's like the South American Exodus.
エクスドゥツは大量流出や大脱出という意味です。一人が去るのではなく、集団がごっそり移動するときに使います。ニュースでは難民の移動や人口流出などにも使われます。サッカーでは主力が一気に抜ける状況を表すときに便利です。サウスアメリカンエクスドゥツのように言うと、南米的なフレアや個性がチームから消えていく感じを強調できます。単なる移籍ではなく、チームの性格が変わるレベルの強い言葉です。少し大げさな比喩として使うと、批判や嘆きが伝わります。
It's like the South American Exodus. It's like the South American Exodus. The bedrock of our success was that we recruited well and
ベッドラックは本来地面の下にある硬い岩盤のことです。そこから比喩で物事の土台や基盤を意味します。サッカーではクラブの成功を支えた要因を指すとき、組に使われます。今回の文脈では補強の成功や人材がブライトンの強さの根っこだったという意味です。ベッドラックバーサクセスは私たちの成功の土台という非常に強い言い方になります。これを失うと上に積み上げたものが崩れるというイメージで深い批判や後悔のニュアンスが出ます。
The bedrock of our success was that we recruited well. The bedrock of our success was that we recruited well and then we just bin that off and now look at us.
ビノフはイギリス英語の口語表現です。意味は捨てる、やめる、却下するという感じです。何かを価値がないと判断して切り捨てるときに使われます。物理的に捨てるよりも判断として捨てる意味が強いです。サッカーでは戦術や方針、人材をあっさり手放した時の批判として使われます。We just bin that off はそれを自分たちで捨ててしまったという皮肉です。イギリス英語らしいかなりカジュアルな表現です。
And then we just bin that off and now look at us. And then we just bin that off and now look at us.
いかがでしたか？ブライトンは前半の入りは積極的に良い攻撃を見せていたようにも感じましたが、全体としてはやはり攻撃の糸口が見つからず、攻めあぐねている印象は強かったように感じます。パレスの守備が硬かったということだとも感じますが、パスがつながらなかったり、ボールロストする場面が多くなると、ブライトンらしい流れるような連携プレーで、鮮やかにも見える攻撃が鳴りを潜めるように感じざるを得ないでしょう。その中でも、三笘だけは違うと言わんばかりでしたが、その三笘さえもバイラインまで突破することが減り、以前の怖さや鮮やかさがなくなったようにも見えるのでしょう。無理に縦に仕掛けずに、中に入っていくことや、パスで連携することをいわゆる三笘信者っぽい人は美化しそうですが、それも縦に突破する怖さがあるからであり、縦にも行く、中にも入る、クロスも入れる、裏抜けもある、シュートもある、というような、あらゆることをやり続けること自体が怖さであり、縦に行くことは、その中でも最も大きな武器であることは、変えるものではないと個人的には感じます。縦に突破するスペースや状況が生み出せていない気もしますし、それはチームの戦い方によるものかもしれませんが、やはり三笘には、多少強引でも、縦に仕掛け続けてほしいと思いつつ、今週は開催されるミッドウィークの試合を楽しみにしたいと思います。本日もご視聴いただきありがとうございました。またすぐにお会いしましょう。